Hello, everybody. This is Carolyn Grow, and I'm here with Sharan Hildebrand. And we are here to talk to you about how women can develop leadership roles in their communities through advocacy. Real quickly, I'll start by introducing myself. I'm at a company called LawToolBox, and I am a co-owner of our business. And we develop calendaring solutions for lawyers that are surfaced with Office 365 and now Teams. And Sharan, can you introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Thank you, Carolyn. My name is Sharan Hildebrand, and I'm Senior Vice President of Sales and Strategy at Capax Global. Capax is a Microsoft Systems integrator specializing in all things data platform modernization, IoT, and machine learning.
Thank you. So we're going to talk briefly about two organizations. I'm going to kick off the first organization, and that's Voices for Innovation. Both Sharan and I are on the task force for this organization, and it's made up of partners and individuals that are out there talking to their state and federal governments about critical policies related to technology. And there are a variety of topics that you can see about as you navigate through the issues, including TV white spaces, computer science, education, which we're very passionate about, data privacy, very important for my business that's in the area of providing solutions for lawyers and legal departments. The reason that I'm really excited about this organization and my experience is because I do believe that getting more women voices or people that care about women's role in technology in our future, I think it's just a really wonderful opportunity for women to build their community. So I'll hand it over to you, Sharan, to tell us a little bit about women in technology.
Great, thank you. So the WIT, or Women in Technology Special Interest Group of the International Association of Microsoft Channel Partners, has been around for approximately 5 years. The amazing thing about WIT and the screaming demand that there are women in the industry that have needs, especially in the IT industry, to network with, seek out mentors, and develop both personally and professionally, is the fact that we have grown from 3 chapters to over 70 in the last 4 years. And again, this is with a global footprint. So the primary focus of WIT is to connect like-minded women who share the common denominator of wanting to start or advance their careers in technology and build a global community, provide mutual support to make sure that we understand and help each other achieve both goals personally and professionally. We want to increase the number of young women that are interested and want to pursue a career in IT or something STEM related, and make sure that we're growing opportunities at every level for not only our future leaders, but for women who are either re-entering the workforce or looking to change career paths. So the connection to Voices for Innovation and the glue has been through IMCP and their relationship with this global community, but on a U.S. level, being able to integrate with the task force that you've mentioned, work with people like yourself, and really understand and truly appreciate what a strong platform VFI can be for not only existing or current leaders in the IT space, but for up-and-coming leaders as well.
Great, thank you, Sharan. I think next what we'd like to do is talk a little bit about our experience, specifically in Voices for Innovation, and how each of us became passionate about this opportunity and wanting to bring more women into the mix. So my experience personally is my company is, of course, a company that automates legal proceedings related to calendaring for lawyers. And so about a year ago, I became involved in the Voices for Innovation, just at the point where Microsoft and was dealing with a lot of the data privacy related topics and trying to help be a leader in the industry to create a legal structure for how do you handle questions when governments ask for a specific organization to turn over their email or the contents of somebody's email, because we had outdated laws that were not allowing folks to be able to rely on moving to the cloud and feeling as though their data was protected. And so Microsoft really led the effort in a lawsuit that's very well known, and IAMCP and specifically Voices for Innovation really got involved in leading Microsoft partners and the whole community involved in Voices for Innovation to reach out to their state and federal governments. I spoke to my congressmen and women, as well as one of our senators in Washington, D.C. with Voices for Innovation about the Cloud Act, which is sort of the framework that allows governments to come together and decide on a systematic way to determine when somebody's contents of their email should be made available to government authorities, not just in the U.S., but it lays a foundation for people all over the country. And for me, as a business owner in technology and in legal, to have an opportunity to be a trusted advisor for my congressmen and women in my district and my senators, and be out in Washington, D.C. speaking to them about these types of topics, was just such a wonderful, real opportunity to take action and really lean forward into doing something interesting as a woman in technology. And so I'd love to share more about those types of experiences. And Sharan, can you tell a little bit about your experience and how you got involved with Voices for Innovation?
Absolutely, and I loved your use of the phrase leaning forward. So via my involvement with the International Association of Microsoft Channel Partners, I became aware of VFI, and I'd been a member of the community for about 5 years and heard of VFI, but never paid enough attention. I truly didn't know what I didn't know. And within the past year, I had the opportunity to talk to the gentleman who chairs the committee for us, and learned that it wasn't about selling to state or federal government agencies, because that's what I thought it was. I don't target those type of communities or those customers, so it's not as important to me. But it was really about focusing on making a change. And that change, very quickly I learned, not only is something that is broad stroke, something like the Cloud Privacy Act, and you wonder, yes, large companies, might care about that, or, even medium-sized companies, but personally trying to relate to the TV Whitespace Broadband Initiative, or the Cloud Privacy Act, or programs centered on STEM, I very quickly realized that it just wasn't about my personal position in politics, but my customers and my peers and colleagues in the industry, and how they were also impacted by it. So as I became better educated about the power and opportunity for VFI, I was invited to become a member of the task force, and very quickly connected the TV Whitespace Broadband Initiative to one of my customers who was struggling with an R&D project, solely because for them to invest in this opportunity to grow or enhance, at this time it was a mobile, it was an RV of the future, and they wanted to introduce IoT technology. It became almost moot when you thought about where their customers might be and journey to, and the lack of internet wherever they went to. So that involvement and that interest, what I learned about some of the key issues of VFI at the time, very quickly steered me towards a STEM focus. And one of the things that I loved about learning about the importance and what my local representatives, what my national representatives could be doing about STEM became real very quickly when I connected with my local congressman and learned that he is a champion and actually helped start a STEM scholar program in the northern suburbs of Illinois. And every year he welcomes 30 high school students, and it's a 12-month program, and they take turns each month visiting various companies and organizations where we're trying to promote the importance and the opportunity that exists in STEM-based programs. This is something I would have never dreamed or been familiar with that was being supported at a local level with my local representation had it not been for my involvement with VFI. But to take that a step further and now incorporate my commitment and passion about the mission and vision of WIT, being able to capitalize on the STEM Scholar Program and ensure that we're reaching out to the young ladies in that group, doing things to spark and hook their interest and the types of opportunities that could be available for them in technology really got me excited to the degree, and now how it's helped my business. My company, Capax Global, is going to be sponsoring and kicking off Congressman Hallgren's program this September, where we're going to host their next group of high school students for the upcoming school year at our labs in the northern suburbs and spend a couple quality hours on a Saturday showing them what's possible and talking about the opportunities that can exist for them in technology, leveraging IoT, machine learning, and really building on their excitement around that. So it has the opportunity with VFI has helped connect me and my company to growth and branding opportunities and outreach opportunities, and then it's really strengthened and opened my eyes with regards to, as a female leader in the IT world, it's another channel for me to leverage and tap into and kind of connect all these communities that I care so much about and their agendas that I care so much about to now my governmental representation and trying to determine and figure out how they can also advance those same agendas.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Sharan. And just to kind of quickly wrap up our session today, I'll just add a couple of comments about getting involved with Voices for Innovation and getting involved with women in technology organizations, whether it's the IAMC WIT or some other women in technology group. I think that there's a huge opportunity for women to start doing business together, start to network together, get to know each other. And I think it really becomes something that's interesting and then can go places and has legs when you try to really connect with other people in your community. And this is women and men that care about developing opportunities for leadership and women. I'll leave you with kind of a parting statistic that I read about recently that is pretty meaningful to me these days. If you look at new businesses that are in technology that are getting funded by various types of investment capital, 2% of those businesses of the funding is going to women-owned companies. And if you look at women that are in an ownership role, as I am, not only women-owned, but owned partially by women, the statistic is 17%. So there's a lot of opportunity to really get more women voices out there, whether it's building new businesses in technology or advocating with, for more STEM opportunities for our young girls. There's a great need, and as Satya Nadella put it at the Women in IT conference that Sharan and I both attended a couple of weeks ago, the bar has been raised for diversity and inclusion. And as Gabriela Schuster talked about at that same presentation, I loved her suggestion that a great way to really drive opportunities for women is, as you're going out in your own personal industries doing things that you care about, think about creating an opportunity to bring a forum of women that are in your industry together to talk and connect. And, share notes and figure out how to be more effective in what you're doing. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time today. Sharan, do you have any parting comments before we wrap up?
Nope, you summarized it perfectly. Just to make ourselves available to folks who have any questions. Perhaps we can go over our email addresses. I can be reached at SHILDEBRAND, Hildebrand at CAPAX, CAPAXglobal.com, or you can find me on LinkedIn.
Great, and my email address are my initials, and that is clg@lawtoolbox.com. And you can also find me on LinkedIn. It's just Carol, Lynn, and Grow, GROW. Alrighty, thank you so much today for joining us.
Thank you.